Hello everybody, this is Bleakborn, and today we are doing my second Let's Play. Today we are doing Torment, Tides of Numenera. For you guys that do not know, back in the day, Torment was another game that had like 6 or 7 discs called Torment Planescape. I'm very excited to play this game. I've been waiting for it to come out diligently, and now it's time to dive right in. Let's just start it from here. So it's an isometric game, so it's like a top-down, very similar to kind of Diablo. It's very Diablo-esque. Even in its old style. And it's also kind of based on a D&D world. Now guys, what should I play? The mouse is a little slow. I feel like we should try a male character for the first playthrough.
Your mind wakes in darkness. Aching cold sets into an unfamiliar body. A distant howling surrounds you, louder with each passing second. Insistent and invisible hands slap and tear at the membrane that protects you.
Okay.
Your first emotion is an involuntary and formless panic. You feel you have forgotten something important. As if it once meant the world to you, but the details slip away as you grasp at them. You force your eyes open.
I'm gonna look around.
A white-pink fleshy cocoon surrounds you. Even as you look, a minor rent in its side tears open, and the howling wind forces its way inside. The cocoon rips away, gone before you can grab it, spinning you into a dizzying tumble. You are falling, the world many kilometers beneath you. You catch a glimpse of a curved horizon, and also the ground beneath you that is approaching deceptively quickly. Above you, a small moon is slowly collapsing in upon itself. A corona of acid green and black energy playing around its edges. The wind buffets you and burns your eyes, but you don't need to see the details of the faraway ground to know you're in serious trouble. You won't survive a fall from this stratospheric height. A part of your frantic mind babbles that technically you probably fell from a thermospheric height. You struggle to stay focused as the ground rushes toward you.
I'm gonna flatten out and see if I can catch something.
Instinctively, you spread your arms and legs, and they respond sluggishly. You stop tumbling head over heels. Though you are still spinning laterally, that motion has calmed as well, and you have space to assess your situation, and perhaps to understand the predicament and the body in which you find yourself. Below you, you see a large landmass. A massive ocean dominates the rest of the visible globe, dotted here and there with island chains. Small moons, unusual structures, and strange machines rush past you in glittering profusion as you plummet toward the ground. From what you can see of your outstretched figure, you're wearing a black, body-hugging suit of some sort. Your skin is light brown, and you seem to have 5 fingers on each hand. A good set of muscles helps control your fall. Not bulky, but well-toned. But you can't examine yourself too closely without losing the little stability you've gained in the fall. In the distance, you see a perfectly circular golden waste, as well as volcanic fields that must be many kilometers across. A barren valley stretches like a scar across the landscape. Beneath you, and approaching very quickly, is a wide bay overlooked by an enormous city perched on the surrounding cliffs. The bay itself is littered with huge artifacts, ancient vessels, wrecked machines, and more. It looks like you will make impact among the latter.
I guess I'm gonna try to remember.
You close your eyes and remember walking through a hall of breathing greenery, a feeling of fear and exhilaration. And you are jolted from your recollection. An enormous pain crashes through your body. The sound of an energy cycle suddenly thrown out of tune and spiraling rapidly upward, and then...
go to this light. Whoop, something happened. I don't know what this is. It's loading. Jumbled thoughts cloud your head as you study the empty bowl before you. Drops of liquid fall from the ceiling, splattering on the ground next to the bowl. The light from every drop is reflected in the bowl's rounded hollow head, as if it hungers for the light and needs to be filled. Yet the bowl remains dry. Another drop falls from the ceiling and splashes across the pylons, wasted. Well, I know puzzles. I'm gonna move it over. Ooh, I've encountered my first task. Might, speed, and intelligence. Chance. Okay, I'm gonna continue. We'll try that. 45% chance of success. I don't know what I'm doing, but success. You take a hold of the bowl, avoiding your gritting, and with a deep breath, you move it over to the glowing pool. Oh, yes. Ooh, it's a cool looking bowl. A clear radiance spills across the segmented floor, washing away the nearest shadows and pouring into your mind, melting the ragged edges of your fragmented thoughts. You are not whole, not yet, but you have begun to heal from the damage you've done in your long fall. A voice calls out from somewhere high above, beyond the reaches of the spreading light. Hello! Are you alive down there? We're up here! That looks like it turned into a staircase. Guess I'm going this way. So, practice that one more time. Yeah, I kind of want to tip the bowl over, but yeah. It's up there. Let's see what happens. Take a lowy orb thingy. As soon as you touch the orb, memory flows into your mind. You stand in front of a rushed door. The air is humid and dank. You had a moment's respite from the water logged and bubbles of stale air in your resting foot. You've breathed water before, and you've lived decades beneath the waves, but your body's an air breather, and constant pressure has been crushing you ever so suddenly. Worse, your companion's mind seems to be wandering from the task at hand. He's a genius with machines, as well you know, but now he seems distracted. The device in his hands is covered in knobs, wires, and antenna. He believes it can get to the two of you through the corroded door, but he's merely staring at it. Perhaps he's lost faith in his invention, but that is hardly your concern. The mission cannot be delayed. It must proceed. I'm gonna try the bottom one. That sounds cool. You mumble a few words, drawing power from the air around you, until a solution appears in your mind. You snatch the device in your hands, rewire it, and shove it back at him. "Oh," he exclaims at your work. "Sorry, I was trying to improve the thing." He waves the device at the door. The stable air up your bubble freshens as the door swings open. A dark hallway lies beyond. A passage that links water-bordered cells and the aquatic viewing areas. What you seek lies here. A moment later, you're underwater again. Your hands closing around you in a strange yet familiar artifact. You need to complete it. Something hovers above the pedestal, rotating in the dark water. An electric current runs through your fingers as your hands crosses the vertical plane of the pedestal, and in an iridescent field coalesces so fast that the wave of pressure dazzles you for a moment. A rising pulse of sonar alarm ripples through the water. The guards won't be far behind. I'm gonna run. The water is crystal clear around you, and as you kick away from the pedestal, your companion hangs motionless in the water, too far for you to reach before the guards arrive. You stroke for the door hallway through which you've entered. Emerging into the air, you race for a great door. The sound of something breaching the surface behind you spurs you at greater speeds, but you fear you're not fast enough. The memory begins to fade as if you were being drawn backwards through a tunnel, and you hear more pylons rising from the pit. Something is wrong. The events within the orb have settled into your grasp in your mind, but the edges of it are rough, as though the memory itself is not truly yours. There is something else, a gust of sour air pulling at you, like a predator inhaling the scent of its prey. At the far end of the dark, whispering field. Thing. It's like a metal staircase. The orb glowing up there. Well, let's see where I am at. God, reminds me of the old Torment game a lot. Oh, my name's the last cast off, whatever that means. I'm gonna go over to the orb. Oh no, I'm gonna go to the door. I'm gonna inspect the door first, I think. The light around the door's frame is dim and flares like a roaring fire in the high wind. No side or symbol tells you what this might be on this enormous door. A dull chill radiates from the bronze segmented surface. Tongue-tied. Great. I'm gonna look at that again so I can finish reading that. And the thick metal wheels seem to be frozen in place. Let's go check the other one out. Countless scratches and wounds mar the surface of this door. Someone had made a great effort to get inside, to no avail. You stand beside a woman on a verdant crag. Beneath you two is a bored plateau towering above the open fog below. Strange machines have been built onto the cliffside, presumably for reconnaissance or defense. A metallic disc gleams from the center of the plateau. Your self-aware humanoid machines drill into the base of the cliffs below. If you were looking for sanctuary, and you were desperately, this seems to be the right place. I don't know about this, the woman says, in her flat, neutral, in her voice. I can't speak today. I'm gonna read that again. I don't know about this, the woman says, her voice flat, neutral. Her face is turned away from you. What makes this place any more secure than the other ones we found? I'm gonna use my charm. I'm a charming person. A cloud passes over the sun as you engage her in a spirit-friendly debate, pointing out the footprint of prior world civilization whose power remains untapped. After a few minutes, she laughs, raising her hands and mocking her. Stop! Stop! Your servitors are down there. You've already chosen this as the site, haven't you? She waits for your affirmation and says, "Alright, I'm convinced." The two of you sketch your plans for the sanctuary, drawing schematics and architectural diagrams. Then you descend onto the plateau and examine the open ground. The woman struggles. The woman suggests having one of the servitors build a shelter for your time here. You try to draw one of the constructs away from its task, but doesn't respond to your voice. When you lay your hand on its shoulder to reinforce your command, it whirls and strikes you across the face with inhuman speed. It turns back to its task, ignoring you. Your companion helps you rise, and laughter in her eyes. It seems your construct has other ideas what the matters with it. I'm gonna use the first one. The mist falls onto the plateau as you activate the time-scarred artifacts, fastens to the construct's behavioral core with the sub-vocalized command with an abrupt clack and a pulse of pleasant warmth. The device purged the error, and 7 copper-branded spheres drop out evenly spaced rifts in the air. Ignoring this common side effect, you give new orders to the malfunctioning construct in a firm, clear voice. Acknowledged. It obediently trundles to the site of your new shelter. The image freezes, then fades. Feel the memory filling a gap in your mind, blocked by a jagged block. You stagger, clutching your head, reclaiming your memories. Hurts. And once more, there's something else. Your hair lifts one by one on the back of your neck. Something beyond this room can sense what you're doing and is hunting you. Ooh, I'm glowing. Ooh. Let's go over here.
Yes. Here is the place I want to look.
I'm gonna do a different voice for this.
A vision of the city springs up around you. Your city in flames and under attack. Her defenders have fought and died all day, and still the attackers keep coming. They fight as if your destruction were demanded of them. They care nothing for mercy, surrender, or plunder. What they want is blood. Blood! But you've brought a keen-eyed companion to the top of the tower. She has seen the way to stop the invaders. You need to get her to safety, and you need to rally your defenders. But even as you turn towards the door of the tower, the 2 attackers descend from a hovering machine. You don't have time to strike at them before they land. One is brushing large, his weapon vibrating axe, the other slim, stuffed in a glassy armor, and is holding the hilt of a sizzling invisible blade. Your companion backs away. She is too young to help your enemies advance in a single file, confined on the parapet. I'm going to fight defensively. The memory seems crystal clear. Gain. The giant is menacing, it's true, but the invisible blade of his companion is more worrisome. The energy field that flickers and wavers around it suggests that she can carve through matter at a molecular level, tearing pieces of her target into nothingness. If you're to save yourself, you best bet to tackle her first. She is stuck behind the giant, waiting for her turn to attack you, unable to bring her weapon to bear until she is out of the way. This voice is really hard to do in a lot of sentences. But it is very clear that she expects him to handle you, and her eyes rove behind you. Her focus is on your ward. She, certainly not expecting you to dive between the giant's leg and come up to her guard. She can't bring her blade to bear in time, and you dive your dagger up under her chin. You catch her before her deadly blade drops onto you, and you spin her around. The weapon slashes into the giant, and he topples bisected. The immediate threat is ended. You focus on finding your way back to your allies. You open the tower door and rush down the stairs. The door at the base of the stairs is slightly cracked, opening just a bit of the hall, and you hear more of the enemy soldiers beyond. I'm going to be stealthy. You press yourself against the gleaming door, easing it open, and you breathe. And your breath catches you into the throat, and as it squeaks quietly, the sound like a bell in your memory. You pause, but the soldiers in the hall continue to talk. You push again, squeeze yourself through the narrow opening, and creep down the blood-stained halls. Your memory begins to fade, and you find yourself back in your body. Your temples throb with a racing force while your heart beat, and you reclaim memory blaze within you like a bonfire on a mountain peak, visible to every predator for kilometers around. A tremor rocks below the floor beneath you. A massive fist has struck the room itself, swaying you on your feet as you see a frantic movement within the borders of a mirror on the edge of the room. Okay, I'm not doing that voice anymore. Oh. Yay, I see a door. I'm going that way. Oh, is that a mirror? Oh, that's cool. It's like I'm gonna click it. The border of this mirror is lavishly decorated with dazzling a number of interlocking symbols, daggers, masks, paintbrushes, amulets, and more. But nothing compared to what you've seen in the glass. You see a vast crowd of people, exact doppelgangers of you, shoving and arguing with and fighting each other. Most are drab imitations of you, but a precious few are vivid and pull your attention. Each of them bears an intricate pentagonal tattoo on their head. In their eyes, their actions, you see memories you've discovered within the orbs, and the choices you made like shining distant stars. Your hands twitch at your side, and through some bright doppelgangers ignore you, an even smaller number immediately turn to you, waiting for you to choose them and learn what you might become. A rumble shakes through, a slow vibration spreads through the darkness below, rippling towards the ceiling. I'm gonna go with the observant one. Sliding around the edge of the unruly crowd, the doppelganger cautiously cautions you to silence with a hazard of fingertips. Together, you scan the room of its inhabitant, nothing potential hazards, and hearing every drip of the strange liquid in the depths below your feet. Quietly, the doppelganger. I wish I wasn't yawning. Quietly, the doppelganger waits for your decision. Yes, that's who I am. I'm not gonna make any other decisions. First decision's always the best. The remaining doppelgangers scatter to the edges of the mirror and vanish. Your chosen identity steps forward. Its appearance changes as it steps out of the rumbling glass. Its face exudes intelligence and confidence. Shadows of several devices shimmer around it. Technology of several kinds. A myriad of past ages. You get a feeling you would be comfortable with all of it. The word nano sounds in your mind. Ooh, gained a descriptor. Servant. Your doppelganger continues to walk into you, filling you and making you whole. Your decision rings out in the cavernous room, awakening and locking a vast mechanicism. I can't speak today. Mechanisms behind the wall. Suddenly, a grotesque noise rings through your head. Your shared world like a bell. If a bells could rot, something is coming. The mirror fades, leaving a dark opening doorway. You take a breathe and step through. Ooh, character creation. Your choices in the memory and mirror have begun to build your character, but now you have the opportunity to decide a number of your details. First, you can decide to change your type. Type defines the abilities and skills you will acquire as you advance. Cool. My name is Observer Nano. I'm just gonna look at the other ones. No, I guess I'll choose a mage, I guess.
I'm doing. I might as well be smart as hell. What to do here? I kind of like the teleportation. What I'm gonna do? Can I get two? Yeah, I'm gonna grab adaptation and scan thoughts for talking to people. Gain protected, +2 armor. Yeah, I'm not gonna be a teleporter. Fuck it. Most skills increase the chance of getting success on a specific kind of action and tasks, but some give other passive bonus. Each skill starts at the double negative circle and then increases to 1 circle and then 2 circle specialized. Inability level, meaning they inflict penalties when upgraded. Okay. So I'm not good at medium armor, heavy weapons, or running. Cool. But I'm gonna grab a machine lore. Can I put a... Yeah, I'll get machinery. Cool. Okay, we'll get one more. Cool. I don't get no weapons. Character creation. Although your descriptor from among the many doppelgangers of Mir, now you have a chance to view special bonuses and penalties they grant. You can also examine the effects of other descriptors and choose new ones if you wish. There's a lot of options. Ooh, wrathful. I'm gonna just probably start with I've kind of morphed it into a intelligence character. Maybe a clever character. We'll try that out. Loading screens, no! You guys hate loading screens? Because I do. That's what I get when I get a crappy computer, so eventually I won't have them, but for now I am stuck with a loading screen. Ooh, this is a cool looking area. That looks scary. Spectre! Everything about this place... everything about this spectral figure seems dreamlike. His haziness silhouette seems to be made of blue glass smoke. He wears stylish, well-cut clothing. His handsome, bearded face seems hauntingly familiar, though you've never seen him before. He breathes a sigh of relief when he sees you. We weren't sure that you would work. We pooled our strength and channeled it through to me to reach you, to wake you up. Glance at the other figures around unhappily. It took more out of them than we thought. The other reflections, they are more like shadows of you now. Look, I bet you'll... Look, I'll bet you've got a lot of questions. This whole place is basically your mind. Your body's still out there in the real world, healing from the fall. You need to get out there and finish the process. He shrugs. It shouldn't be too hard. That's the memory. I don't recall. Large, black, furious. It's our death. It's the sorrow. He closes eyes. I hope it's lost interest in you. If it finds us here, we're done. After you wake up from this dreamlike state, you will attune to the tides, and you'll be near something called the residence chamber. Your body should have landed somewhere near it. Just climb inside that, and everything will be fine. God, they didn't even care that I fell. What's the tides? Tides are like a focus, like gravity or magnetism or something, except they respond to the people's actions and perceptions. Your body in the real world needs the tides to survive. It's not something you'll need to worry about. Your body will attune with it as it wakes up. What's a residence chamber? Well, I remember ... pieces about it, but not the whole. It's a crystal sarcophagus. I remember it having 5 mechanical arms around you, or around it, and a metal ring set in the floor. I think we'll be aiming for it when we fell. When you open your eyes in the real world, it should be nearby. Who are these other people? You call them reflections? That's what they are. As I said, in your mind, you'll find reflections of people you knew, people you've met in the real world, and whom you've shared some kind of psychic connection. I don't know how or why it just happens. If this place is my mind, why don't I remember any and all of this, and any of you? It's your mind, a construct built to, I don't know, share thoughts, store your true self? Wait, you know how people say, in the first place. This is definitely the first place of your memory. It's really weird. Well, it's the first place for me anyway. You'll probably know it better since it's yours. If you don't remember now, maybe it'll come to you later. Who are you? Well, he pauses and looks down at himself, considering a long time before answering. I'm you. I'm part of your mind, a splinter. I was waiting here for you. We called you with memories of the others who are here. I don't know what happened next. How do you know all this? All you're telling me. He throws his hands up in frustration. I'm just part of you. I look at you, and I know this place is made of you, for us. And I remember pieces of knowledge that's come to me when you asked your questions, but that's all. So how do I get back to the real world? There's a portal down there. It takes you back to your body. Just step through and the whole tides thing should take care of itself. He crosses his arms. When you wake up, find the residence chamber and activate it. Then we can, what in the hell is that? Oh, that's no good. Oh my god, just grabbed a bunch of people. Oh my god. God, it's the sorrow. The sorrow's anchored to those reflections. It's devouring their power. We have to get rid of them. Destroy the anchors, or else the sorrow will erase you forever. Crisis initiated. Crisis begun in the event of surge situation. Crisis arrive in turn-based encounters, where you can fight, sneak, manipulate the environment, or talk your way out of trouble. Each turn you can take an action to attack or activate ability, and then you can also make one move. The reflection near you, kill it to loosen the sorrow's anger. How do I attack it? Looking at highlighted character, okay. Cool. Sorrow breaks. Now run, get to the next one. I have to run up here to cast a spell. Seems like kind of scary. Attack. Oh god. A lot more hit points. More damage. You've already used your attack action this turn. You'll need to wait for the next skill. Somewhere. I want to move there. Oh, Sorrow's infection. What's it doing now? It's infecting it somehow. Nice! Spell damage! Looking crazy. You pried it loose. That thing's a cancer, an infection. It's unstoppable. You stopped it. Pulls out his head on his hands. I can't believe you found us in here. He looks at you in terror with his eyes. That thing, the sorrow, it's been hunting you. It's what killed you in the first place. It keeps hunting you until you activate the resonance chamber. Didn't it? I didn't remember it until I saw it, but that's why your chamber is so important. You have to get back and activate the chamber before it's too late. The portal to your body is a shimmering one down there. Go now. I guess it's that thing, right? Yeah, I'll just go to it. See what happens.
Where did he fall from? His body's smashed to talc. It's a wonder he's still breathing.
All I saw was the corona, not his origin point. But look, he's healing already. Spontaneous regeneration.
What's up with her? She's like got a bunch of other forms there. A legion. What was that? What did you do? Calisturg? I can't pronounce these names. His tone has become accusatory and suspicious. You open your eyes. First thing you notice, a man's kaleidoscope of tattoos running across his forearms. He wears a long, dark coat belted at the waist, supplies filling his pockets. His boots are worn and stained of many years of travel. Calistig, you blame me? He emitted an internal physiological reaction in response to the fall, probably never related to the fantastic healing process. Obviously, Algern. Her voice rolls and hisses, and as you rub your eyes to be sure that you're not seeing double, faint echoes of her actions trail from her, each nearingly mimicking her, as though some act to try to react to stimuli that you can't perceive. Her vivid hair and outraging clothing remains constant through the shadows. Oh yes, it's obvious. Calistrig. They need to give me how to pronounce these names. His voice is grim and clipped. Then he sees you looking at him. You're no ordinary mortal. We know that much. Start talking. His face is hard and set. Scan thoughts. He's a changeling god. Callus is deliberating, blinding herself, but why? A changing god. No, not changeling god. Where am I and how did I get here? You built the dome. Don't you recognize it? He growls. You know, it's not. You know he's not the changing god, Algern. It's his face. I've never seen any other people rebuild themselves quickly like that. It's only the changing god could have healed so quickly. His eyes rub his face, trying to regain his. Maybe you could help me for a change. You know what this means to me. You're familiar with this world changing, Algern? It implies inconsistency. Thus, the changing god may well have changed. Several versions of her shrug as she addresses you. It's great. You'll have to forgive him. He believes you're someone he once knew, even though it's painfully obvious to anyone that you're newly born. Her most solid self curtsies and bows to the husband. I and my sisters am Calisturg. I'm gonna call her Callie because I don't want to keep trying to pronounce it. Callie. And this is Algern. We are explorers, knowledge seekers. That's how we came to be in this place. If I'm not mistaken, you are what we call a cast-off. The changing god created you, your body and mind. Your sire used your body for a time, then abandoned it for reasons of his own. When his mind departed for a new experience, you were born in his cast-off shell. Before I awoke, I was some kind of dreamlike member. Glowing specter. With how hard you hit the ground, I'm surprised that's all you saw. I love this lady. I love these two. Who's the changing god? Ah, that's something coming from you? She gives him a sidelong glance. The changing glog is your sire. Glog. I'm gonna tongue-tie the shit out of this. The changing god is your sire, dear. He discovered a path to immortality long ago. A means of transfer himself to a new body of his own creation. I don't think he knew, however, that when he abandoned one body, another mind was birthed to fill the void. Oh, he knew all right. glance down, look at it. The only thing the changing god cares about is himself. He doesn't give a single thought for those he leaves behind. He sees us as experiments, not humans. I really want to ask that again. Where are we? What is this place? Sanctum of your sires. The common belief is that there are several such places throughout the ninth world, possibly the other worlds as well. We're only just able to gain entry to this one because of your grand entrance. Are there other cast-offs? Dozens, hundreds, who can say? Your sire has been doing this for a long time, for several centuries. Though, if all of them were born the way you claim to have been, it's a wonder any of them survive. So if you say I was born from the changing god, left, but why am I not dead? I used to be a cipher, too slow your fall further, but the damage would still have killed an ordinary person. But think about it. If you're some kind of person who can make your body into anything you want, what do? Well, it's constructed bodies for centuries. You want to make each one better than the last. You want to live forever. You're not going to let your life end by accident. No, you will make this body strong, fast, powerful. Maybe throw in regeneration while you're at it. The changing god has been vain, rarely stays long in a shell that doesn't suit his self-image. That's like every video gamer ever. She looks you up and down, and her smile suddenly unnerving. Perhaps the changing god fled because he didn't want to wear those scars of yours. What was the blast of energy went away? As I was telling my colleague, it was obviously a psychological reaction to some kind. I've never witnessed the birth of a cast-off, but yes, it could be very well been caused by your by your patient consciousness. Don't worry, I don't believe it caused any real harm. Not to me, at least. Really? You've been more abrasive than ever since we came in here. He shouts a sidelong look. She just can't emphasize with other people unless she's experimenting on them. Do you know anything about the tides? Really? Oh, I've heard of them before. The subject is hired grand depths. I'm afraid he's in field of inquiry. And where's the changing god now? If he abandoned your body, he's kind of conscious fun to another. Oh, do stop. Looks really piercing, amplified by the withering glare of her sisters. If there's one thing we know about the changing god, dear, is that he's always has a contingency. This child was born here. The object of your obsession will have been reborn somewhere else. How can you be sure this body is a cast-off? Oh, you mean aside from miraculous reformation? For one thing, there's a tattoo on all cast-offs have one. Though its purpose was beyond me. And then, of course, there's your delicious naivete. He could be faking it, you know. You don't live hundreds of years without learning to lie convincingly. Oh, foreshizings. What do you think? Are you a newborn child, or are you a powerful immortal whom death has robbed you of your memories? Alden crosses his arm and growls. Fine, do whatever you think. Should be interesting. He said, what if, Aldrin? Honestly, would anyone would live so cautiously for so many years casually admit their identity to people like us? Well, we'll see. If you are the changing god, you have a lot to answer for. A lot of people. His voice is grim and looks steadily at her, resent apparent. I'm not gonna be good at these voices because they tell me how they sound after I say them. Every line in his frame, he crosses his arms and sighs. You sure the surge didn't hurt you? If it did, it was damaging our minds. Though how would you check if it charged her? Couldn't say, though. Tough to find normality here. At least we know it didn't hurt Algernon. That skull is thick as organic stone. Powerful, beautiful. Each one's like an improvement over the last. I'm curious what you're capable of, child. I suppose we'll find out. So, change the subject. Why do you hate the changing god so much? His face is calm, but his voice is bitter and tired. You should know, shouldn't you? You've ruined lives, committed crimes, and now it seems like you've forgotten the harms you've engineered. You've left a trail of dead and dying behind you. She and her echoish stare expression in equal parts amused as appalled. He's not the changing god, Algernon! If falling from the sky didn't kill me, is there anything that can? Excellent question! Having seen your regeneration abilities in action, I expect they are primarily physical. A regrowth. If that's the case, you'll be unable to survive most varieties of psychic and electrical decomposition, disintegration, conflagration, and so forth. Degenerative disease could pose a problem, and I don't know about several entities capable of psychic destruction. Secret vision sliding in my mind, exactly somehow this memory-changing god. You are in a dark room, lit by a myriad of blinking lights, holograms, and many machines surrounding you. What about that body can withstand with the sorrow's attack? She says in a voice. It seems to be coming from the machines. No, you reply. The thing has no respect for barriers of any kind. Psychic, temporal, physical, temporal, psychic. This is the only way. With a series of gestures, you bring up an image of a crystalline pod. If the resonance chamber works, it'll give us the power to stop the Sour's hunt once and for all. We just need the right focal point, a catalyst. Memory fades. Callie is still talking. You realize that the device you saw in the memory is identical to the one behind you now. It looks just like the Spectre described it. A transparent sarcophagus inside a crystalline dome with mechanical arms arrayed around it on a metal ring. Unfortunately, the dome is shattered and the sarcophagus is cracked, and only one of its arms appears on the floor. Or its function clearly needs to be repaired. Or flesh-eating virus, one presumes disfigurement by the iron wind could likewise be devastating enough to... I think he gets the point, Callie. I saw a vision of my other kids just now. Did you see it too? I saw you stare into space for a while Callie geographically described all the ways you could die, but that's about it. I only noticed because I did the same thing. Do either of us know anything about the sorrow? I've had the share of sorrows, but never the sorrow. What is that? A disease? Her mouth compressed and tight. I know nothing about it. Let's ask about that. The firm and certainty says not likely, though it might be impossible. You need people with appropriate knowledge. I'm sure the cult of the changing god will be answered. Her distant evidence in the expression of her echoes, although the face of one leads remained conscious, careful, and passable. You'd turn insane to help a newborn. Where's your judgment, Algernon? I would take him to the Order of the Truth. The Order of the Truth? Are you mad? They would sooner take us apart. Thank you for the help, but I'll figure this one on my own. Hold on, I'll come with you. Or, hold on, I'll come with you. Wouldn't want you getting lost, would we? Suspicious as always, Algernon. Child, the world is an exciting place, but it's full of dangers. Rest assured, one of us will get there safety you need to be. I'll be right behind you. A sunny smile crosses her face, scan thoughts. I shudder to think what Algernon might do to the child. Alright, let's go. You've gained the first companions. They'll follow the last cast-off and can be controlled during a crisis. You can speak to them about their pasts and take advantage of their unique abilities and skills. Companions have their own motivations and personalities depending on their choices you make. They may not follow you forever. You'll need to find more companions who can join you as you travel through the 9th world. Take this opportunity to explore your surroundings. You may find items, equipment, and more to assist you. When you are ready, you can leave the broken dome using the stairs to the northeast. Cool. I'm gonna save. I don't want to read all that again, and I'm gonna save. I'm gonna overwrite it, and I think I'm gonna end my first episode here. Thank all of you for watching this video. If you want me to continue this Let's Play, I'm going to anyways. But if you want me to, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll continue playing this game. Thank you for watching me play, and have a good evening.